I'm gonna give a Smurfs fun fact for every piece of Smurfs clothing that I've bought recently. Yes, I love the Smurfs. Judge me all you want, I don't give a Smurf. The Smurfs actually started as a Belgian comic back in 1958 by the artist Peyo. They were actually side characters to the already established Johan and Pee-wee comics. But the Smurfs proved to be very popular, so eventually they got comic stories of their own. And the 80s series wasn't even the first animated version of the Smurfs. They actually had a series of black and white shorts that came out in the 60s. And then in 1975, the Smurfs, along with Johan and Pee-wee, would have their own animated feature film, The Smurfs and the Magic Flute, which is based on the original comic story that the Smurfs first appeared in. We would not get that movie in America until 1983 after the success of the Saturday morning animated series. Also, can you see how cool these Smurfs are in this? Since the Smurfs were popular in the 60s and 70s in Europe, they got a lot of merchandise, including toys, collectible miniature figurines, and stuffed dolls and plushies. Some of those toys would eventually make their way to the United States, including one particular Smurf doll that was played with by a little girl who happened to be the daughter of Fred Silverman, who at the time was the president of NBC television. He already had an established relationship with Hanna-Barbera, so boom, the Smurfs cartoon was made. A number of the first episodes of the Smurfs animated series were actually based on some of the original comic stories. Some of the ideas that made it into the show made its way back into the comics. Smurfs may have started the modern zombie apocalypse. One of the most popular episodes of the Smurfs cartoon is the Purple Smurfs. A purple fly bites one of the Smurfs, he turns purple, gets really angry, hops around going gannap, gannap. And whenever a purple Smurf bites another Smurf on the tail, gannap, gannap, they become Purple Smurfs as well, just like the rules of zombies. But here's the thing, the Purple Smurfs episode is actually based after the first Smurf solo comic in 1959 and 1963. George Romero, who made Night of the Living Dead, was a blueprint for most zombie movies, came out in 1968. Methinks Romero might have been Smurf inspired. Fun fact about the Purple Smurfs, they originally weren't purple. Yes, this is going exactly where you think it's going. The original 1959 story was called Les Strumps Noir, aka the Black Smurfs. Same story, except they turned into Black Smurfs. So when the Smurfs cartoon in the 80s decided to adapt this, they thought they might want to change the color of the Smurfs just to avoid any connotations. So sometimes when you buy Smurfs merchandise, you can find both purple and Black Smurfs. The Smurfs was one of the most longest running Saturday morning cartoons in the 80s. 9 seasons, 256 full episodes, split up into 417 cartoons, plus 7 primetime specials. If the Smurfs came out today with that many episodes, they would be airing all the time, just like SpongeBob and Teen Titans Go. There's actually a Guinness World Record for the largest number of people dressed as Smurfs. 2019, in a small town in Germany, 2,762 people dressed as Smurfs. And get this, that record was beat in 2025, a small town in Western France, 3,076 people dressed up as Smurfs, setting the new Guinness World Record. If this ever happens again, please let me know. I will come out in all blue.